Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between MadFrog and WhiteRa here on Steps of War. We have MadFrog spawning over here as the blue Zerg player. Meanwhile, we have WhiteRa spawning over here as the red Protoss player. This shoutcast and commentary is sponsored by lucomputers.com. Go ahead and check out their website for Starcraft 2 tested computers. MadFrog really played an interesting game on game 1 on Lost Temple against WhiteRa. A lot of back and forth action. Don't want to spoil any of it as we are now in game 2. Back over here, we now see a 9 pylon going to be laid down, and then perhaps some sort of, and then going to go ahead and do some early scouting. Oh, WhiteRa deciding to do a lower ground pylon to try to hold off this whole entire attack. So going to go back to start mining, and then we'll be able to come back over here and throw down a gateway. So out comes this Overlord making its way very, very slowly, but already we see an 8 pool. So this is a very, very early pool rush coming in from MadFrog, and this is going to be very, very difficult for WhiteRa to be able to fend off. And it is going to take quite some time. He is not throwing down the typical... He is not throwing down an earlier gateway than normal, so those Zerglings will be able to run in very, very quickly. And now without a choke point, really, he's going to have to try to hold off a choke point here. That's going to be very, very hard. Now waiting for that probe to get perhaps an additional 50 minerals and throw down some sort of forge in this position as well. We'll see how that's going to work out. And is it going to be a forge or another gateway perhaps? Back over here, we do not see an assimilator, as we now see a second gateway being thrown down. So it is going to be a 2-gate versus a very, very early spawning pool. And you can already see those Zerglings are being produced. And now... so those Zerglings are going to be produced. Drone now trying to make its way to take down this pylon over here. A second pylon needs to be completed very, very quickly, as these gateways are not yet completed, and the Zerglings drones are now making their way over. So this is a very all-in attack coming in from MadFrog. MadFrog now moving out. We see the Zealot already being chrono boosted. Needs to get out in a hurry as a pylon. Second pylon now coming into play. There's already 5, 6 drones coming over. Probes coming off the mineral line to start fighting back as well. Able to get one of those units. Are they being able to continue to fight against more of those drones as those Zerglings now coming in? One Zealot is out in this fight. More probes coming off the mineral line, fighting back and forth, and those Zerglings are now taking their way and destroying those probes, losing a lot of precious mining time. You can take a look at the harvester count. 8 harvesters versus 7. And now WhiteRa in definite trouble, as there's just too many Zerglings to deal with. One Zealot here trying to fend off this whole entire attack. Probably needs to start chrono boosting even more. This one pylon powering 2 gateways. Zealot now being focused down by those Zerglings. And that is going to be GG. I do not see any way that WhiteRa is going to be able to fend off this whole entire attack here. Out comes a Zealot here, and that pylon now taken down. No hope whatsoever. Too many Zerglings, too many drones, and a really, really strong pressuring attack coming in from MadFrog to defeat WhiteRa in this, I believe, a best of 3 series. So yeah, WhiteRa says GG, MadFrog says GG. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Now, that very, very early spawning pool really threw off WhiteRa. I'm kind of surprised that WhiteRa even tried to go for that low ground build. That's probably one of the issues that WhiteRa actually had. If he had just stuck to a standard opening, a pylon here, a gateway here, and then held one Zealot in that critical position, that one Zealot would have been able to hold off a lot of units as those Zerglings were trying to pressure. That Zealot could have become 2 Zealots and then been able to reinforce. WhiteRa would have had a stronger economy. So if you ever find yourself losing to some sort of 8 pool on Steps of War as a Protoss player, remember that you need to wall off your position your buildings in a way so that your pylon and your gateway make a very, very narrow choke point for any of those Zerglings to try to run by. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay between WhiteRa and MadFrog. Please remember to subscribe and like my videos. And yeah, hope to see you guys on Battle.net one day.